I'm Cheyenne Adamson, and welcome to the YesPhonics channel, where teachers, homeschoolers, and educators everywhere come to get valuable teaching information and insights. So are you looking for a great solution to teaching your ESL or English as a second language students, or maybe native English speaking students, the sounds of English? I know, it kind of sounds like an infomercial, and I am going to break one of my rules. I try never to sell you guys on anything, but this is free, and it's called our Mnemonic Phonic Technique. You can look it up on YouTube, you can look it up on the App Store, or Google Play. So this is a systematic approach, and it captures the fundamentals, and it gives students a firm foundation in the areas of reading, spelling, and writing, and basic grammar. The people at Teach Make a Difference, they say this: teaching English as a second language is in high demand, actually. And it's a subject of instruction that continues to experience growth in schools across the country. As children from foreign countries continue to immigrate to the States and enroll in schools here, the number of students whose native language is not English continues to grow. So we talked a little bit about the National Reading Panel in a couple of our videos, but they suggest, like we said before, that phonemic awareness, phonics building vocabulary, fluency, and comprehension are 5 of the most important components to a reading system for learners of English. So the Orton-Spalding Method, it ties all of these and many other parts together because it requires each student to build a vocabulary in a notebook, or sometimes called a spelling notebook, and it merges one sound and one syllable at a time. The words are sounded, spelled, written, marked, discussed, reviewed, and used in oral and written sentences. So what's unique about this is that students also learn to spell, write, and read at the same time, using their newly acquired skills at once. So essentially what it is they have a spelling notebook, and they go through, and we've kind of talked a little bit about this before, they go through the AIR's 1,300 most commonly used words, and because they write them in their spelling notebook with all of the sounds and symbols that they've learned through manuscript writing, they have a gift, so to speak, at the end. They have their spelling notebook, and it's a huge mark of accomplishment. So the phonograms' sound-symbol relationships, they're the building blocks of the entire system. They're also the crucial elements to understanding phonemic awareness, which is the ability to hear, identify, and manipulate sounds in spoken words. So as a matter of fact, like I mentioned just previously, we've created our Mnemonic Phonic Technique, and it teaches the sounds of English. It'll go through an individual sound that applies to each phonogram or alphabet letter, and it teaches them every single sound, especially in the order of used frequency, from A to Z, and then 27 through 72, which is the other phonograms that are a part of the 72 Orton phonograms. You can get our light version of the app, which teaches the 1 through 26, or A through Z, on the App Store or Google Play for free. If you want, you can also then check out our full version, which is also on the App Store and Google Play. And you can also check our Mnemonic Phonic Technique out on YouTube. As I previously stated, it's a free video. It's a great resource. A lot of homeschooling parents and teachers really like it. So let's talk about how students learn. Students learn to use phonics easily because it's built on the foundation of phonograms that are taught. So the vocabulary is built in a systematic way, which is taught by sounding out and writing one sound and one syllable at a time. And these words, they're practiced every day for fluency, and they become a type of sight word. But they're not like sight words that are taught generally. So for instance, they're not sight words like that you memorize. They're sight words that are built from decoding, being able to see each phonogram sound and being able to sound out each phonogram and being able to associate, let's say for example, the second sound of C, which is S, and the first sound would be K, so K, S. They're able to identify that city uses the second sound. So reading fluency is simply a way to describe how we read, smoothly, accurately, quickly, and to make sense and with expression. So one of the most effective ways to master fluency is for a student to hear someone reading to them frequently. Super key. And for the student to read aloud frequently. Reading fluency also improves as a student learns to say the sounds of words, blend the sounds together, and learn to blend syllables. Review the words that they've learned, and then use them in oral and written sentences. This just helps really cement what they've learned through auditory and through oral, while they then write them in sentences. So reading comprehension is the ability to process and understand what is being read. There are a lot of ways to help in this area, but building an understandable vocabulary is one of the biggest ways. Other tried and true methods to reading comprehension include asking questions on the material being read, orally or on a quiz or test, language arts activities toward the reading material, and lots of other reading practice. So the entire program that we've talked about before, which is the Orton-Spalding Method, it's modeled by the teacher with the students giving oral and written feedback. So students create an entire spelling notebook. This way, it will become a rich tool for review in spelling, reading, basic grammar, and basic writing of sentences and paragraphs. It's kind of what we talked about earlier with the spelling notebook. It gives them a really great masterpiece to show off after they've learned all of the sounds and the 1,300 most commonly used words. And this method is really good for learning English from any type of background in languages or learning abilities. And the student, most importantly, is always engaged in some way. So the classes can be a lively exchange of ideas, creativity, and there's always much ado about review. That's the end of the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Maybe throw us a thumbs up on the like area. And if you like the content that we're putting out, feel free to give us a subscription. It really helps our channel grow and our content to be noticed in the internet sphere, so to speak. So as always, my fellow educators, be well and stay classy.